Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video. Season 13 is finally here at last after so long of waiting. So I had to do my ceremonial top 5 assault rifle video for season 13, and with new guns being added since my last video, like the AGR and the Peacekeeper, as well as the king of assault rifles, the HVK, being nerfed, there are definitely some changes to see in this video. And I'll also drop the loadout that I am using for the assault rifles that I do call. And guys, these videos normally do very well, so if you are seeing this and you are not yet subscribed, we are almost at 10k, so it would mean a huge deal to me if you just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell, ensure it is on all and not personalized. I promise to put out some amazing content. And also it means a huge deal to me if you just go ahead and hit that like button. Every single like counts. If you can get 100 likes on this video, I much appreciate that. So enough talk, let's get right into it. So starting off at number 5, we have the once forgotten best gun in season 8, the KN-44. And even though right now the KN is not like when it was just released, it is still fairly popular right now in rank. I am seeing it being used a lot more. The damage is not high, like there's nothing crazy about it. That's the thing. It takes like a few shots to kill, and COD themselves actually killed the KN-44 when they decided that they would increase the horizontal recoil. So if you can actually control that horizontal recoil, then you will be pretty well off. As I said, this does very well at mid-range. It also does pretty well at close range. I'm not gonna say that it does too good when it comes on to long range, because you will obviously lose to the meta guns right now, like the Chopper and the HVK, but overall it is still pretty decent. At number 4, we have the DRH, and the DRH did fall back since last season because a few changes were made to some other guns, not to the DRH specifically. Again, it is still a pretty decent gun, a 3-shot kill. The ADS time is not the best. It does have a bit of a vertical kick to it, but with the correct attachments, then you should be pretty good. The DRH is basically the same as the Man of War, where it has a high damage, but the rate of fire is just super slow. The reason why it is not higher right now for me is because guns with a high fire rate are taking over right now, so the DRH is kind of being a bit unreliable. So guns like the HVK or the new Peacemaker, those guns like with a very high fire rate will just beat a gun with a slow fire rate most of the times, regardless if it has a higher damage or not. And even though it has such a high damage and is a 3-shot kill, if you do not get those 3 shots on target, then you will most likely lose that gunfight. And that is the reason why I don't have it higher. Again, because people who don't have a like super good aim, most of the times if you make a mistake with the DRH, you'll die. So and at number 3, we have the BK-57, and I know right now that a lot of people are going to be surprised that this gun actually beat the KN-44 and the DRH, especially since right now it is one of the least used assault rifles in the game. The BK-57 actually has a attachment which is the large caliber ammo, which actually increases the limb hit rate. However, you don't have to use that. I have been using the BK since like forever, and I think it was actually in my last video as well. So the accuracy is pretty good, the ADS time is pretty good. It is very good at range, especially with the build that I have. This is one of the most all-rounded assault rifles in my opinion. I would actually compare it to the HVK in its prime last season. This is currently the most underrated gun in the game, and I do think that since the nerf of the HVK, you will see more people maybe trying it out and, I don't know, get comfortable with it and stuff. But I definitely think the BK right now has the potential to be a meta gun in season 13 as it is right now. At number 2 is the ASM-10, and with this season being a assault rifle meta, this is not only one of the best assault rifles overall, it is one of the best guns to use overall in the game right now. This is a 3-shot kill, 4 shots at max, and obviously ASM-10 would be on this list. It was my number 1 gun last season before some of the balance changes. So the reason why the ASM-10 is not number 1 in my opinion is because of the lack of versatility. So the ADS time is very slow, and it also has some horizontal recoil that is a bit hard to control. So overall, you get away with this mostly at mid-range and long ranges. It does shred at long range. However, when it comes to very close range gunfights, you will kind of be in trouble a bit if you're gonna be playing against some fast firing assault rifles like the QQ9 or the Rus, and this is because even though it has a very high damage, the ADS time is very slow and the movement speed is also pretty slow, so it's very hard to move around with this no matter the attachments that you put on it. So this type of assault rifle would be more over the LMG side in my opinion than the SMG. So this is the only problem that I have with it, and it is lack of versatility. Otherwise it would be at number 1, but overall it's still a pretty good gun to use right now. It definitely should be in one of your top 10 loadout classes for this season. Alright guys, before I actually get into the number 1 gun, there is a key factor to note. I actually did not put the new Peacemaker gun on this list just because I felt like I didn't try it out enough, and it is a different strategy to use that assault rifle, so I will be making a video on the Peacemaker very soon. And finally at number 1 we have the HVK. Like, what else could it be, guys? What else could it actually be? So COD actually did nerf this attachment this season. However, the change is just so small and unnoticeable that the gun is still OP. So they actually did nerf the damage it does at mid-range. So now the HVK and the ASM-10 are actually tied up in terms of overall performance. But why I'd give it to the HVK is because, as I said, the HVK is just a lot more versatile. You can still use this shreds at long range. It has a fast ADS time, fast movement speed, so you know it is pretty good at close range. And even though they did nerf the damage that it does at mid range, it is still just pretty OP at mid range. Like, this beats a lot of guns, if not most, at mid range. So either way, it does not matter. The large caliber ammo on the HVK just is still OP, and it is just still will be the number 1 gun this season. It is slightly down this season, so it's not like extremely overbroken like it was last season. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you did enjoy, if you want to see more videos like this, if you did learn something, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Also subscribe. As I said, we're almost at 10,000 subscribers. That would mean a lot to me, guys. So until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Peace out.